Everyone is you pushed out. Neville Goddard, born in 1905 in Barbados, was a profound spiritual teacher and author who significantly influenced the understanding of manifestation and the power of imagination. His teachings have garnered a devoted following over the years, particularly for their emphasis on the mind's creative capabilities and the role of consciousness in shaping reality. Among his many thought-provoking concepts, one that stands out for its transformative potential is "everyone is you pushed out." This is a fundamental principle in Neville Goddard's teachings. This concept states that the people and events in your external world are direct reflections of your internal beliefs, thoughts, and assumptions. In other words, your reality is just a mirror of your inner state. According to Goddard, the individuals you encounter and the situations you experience are projections of your subconscious mind. At the heart of Goddard's teachings is the belief that the mind is a powerful creative force. He argues that our thoughts and feelings have the ability to shape our external reality. This idea states that whatever you assume to be true, whether consciously or subconsciously, will manifest in your external world. Goddard emphasized that the process operates continuously and without fail, highlighting the importance of maintaining a disciplined and positive mindset, basically to focus on exactly what you want. Avoid the thoughts of what you don't want. It's so simple, yet we complicate it so much. To comprehend how everyone is you pushed out operates, it's essential to understand the interplay between the conscious and subconscious minds. The conscious mind is responsible for our immediate thoughts, decisions, and awareness, while the subconscious mind is responsible for our deep-seated beliefs, memories, and patterns that influence our behavior and perceptions. Now, Goddard taught that the subconscious mind accepts whatever the conscious mind impresses upon it. So once a belief or thought is deeply ingrained in the subconscious, it begins to manifest it in the external world. Therefore, the people you interact with and the circumstances you encounter are all just shaped by the dominant thoughts and beliefs held in your subconscious mind. Now, the implications of this concept are profound, because if your external reality is a reflection of your inner state, then changing your life experiences requires altering your internal beliefs and assumptions. This understanding will empower you to take responsibility for your reality and will force you to make conscious efforts to shift your mindset, because it's all within your control. For example, if you held the belief that people are generally unkind or unreliable, you probably find yourself frequently encountering people who exhibit these traits. But if you cultivated a belief that people are kind, supportive, and trustworthy, you are more likely to attract individuals who embody these qualities. Central to the idea of everyone is you pushed out is the role of self-concept. Now, self-concept refers to the beliefs and perceptions you hold about yourself. According to Goddard, the way you view yourself has a significant impact on how others perceive and interact with you. If you see yourself as confident, worthy, and deserving of love and respect, you will attract relationships and experiences that reinforce these beliefs. But if you hold feelings of inadequacy, unworthiness, these negative self-perceptions will be mirrored back to you through your interactions with others. Understanding and transforming your self-concept is crucial for creating a positive and fulfilling external reality. It's instrumental to your success in manifesting your desires. Now, applying the principle of everyone is you pushed out involves a few practical steps that anyone can do. Number one, self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your current beliefs and assumptions about yourself and others. Honestly identify any negative or limiting beliefs that may be influencing what you experience in your reality. Number two, affirmations and visualization. Use positive affirmations and self-talk and visualization techniques to impress new, empowering beliefs onto your subconscious mind. For example, if you want to experience more kindness in your interactions, say things like, I love that I am always surrounded by kind and supportive people, and imagine positive encounters. Number three, mindfulness and awareness. Practice mindfulness to become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Because if you aren't aware of them, how on earth will you change them? Whenever you see yourself thinking negatively about yourself or others, basically thoughts that do not serve what you want to experience, you do have the power to gently shift your focus towards more productive, positive, and empowering thoughts. Number four, consistent practice. Practice makes perfect. Consistency is key. So, regularly practicing these techniques will help to reprogram your subconscious mind and then transform your external reality towards what you actually want to experience. People that have studied Neville Goddard's teachings and applied the principle of everyone is you pushed out always see profound changes in their lives because by shifting your internal beliefs and assumptions, you will experience improved relationships, greater personal fulfillment, and a more positive overall outlook on life. Basically, everything will get better. Here's an example. Consider someone who feels undervalued at work. This person might hold a subconscious belief that they are not worthy of recognition or success, and as a result, they always encounter colleagues who overlook their contributions and a boss who doesn't acknowledge their hard work. But by applying the principle of everyone is you pushed out, this person can begin to change their internal narrative. And through consistent practice of this, they will cultivate a belief in their own value and worthiness. They will change from within. And as a result, this shift in self-perception will lead to changes in their reality, such as receiving more recognition and appreciation at work. Neville Goddard's concept of everyone is you pushed out offers a powerful framework for understanding the relationship between our inner beliefs and external reality. And when you recognize that your thoughts and assumptions shape your reality, you can take ownership over them, take proactive steps to transform your life from the inside out. It's simple cause and effect. There's no way it cannot happen. This principle encourages self-awareness, personal responsibility, you cannot be lazy, and a conscious cultivation of positive beliefs, which will ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and empowered existence. You will find happiness that you never even knew existed. Now, Neville Goddard frequently discussed this concept of everyone is you pushed out in all of his lectures and writings. This idea is intricately woven into his broader teachings on the power of imagination. He has a lecture called The Pruning Shears of Revision. Now, in this lecture, Neville Goddard delves into the transformative power of revising past events to change future outcomes. He emphasizes that our perception of others is a direct reflection of our inner state. And by changing what we believe, our assumptions and beliefs about these people, we will effectively alter our interactions with them. Goddard states, your world is your own consciousness objectified. You are constantly drawing to yourself that which you are conscious of being. Change your conception of yourself, and you'll automatically change the world in which you live. Now I want to emphasize the part on automatically, because it will automatically happen every single time. In fact, there is no way it cannot happen. Now, this lecture underscores the idea that our external reality, physical reality, the 3D, including the behavior and attitudes of all of those people around us, is just mirroring our inner beliefs, assumptions, ideas. And when you revise your internal narrative, you will transform your external experiences. He also mentioned this in another lecture called The Power of Awareness. Now, in this lecture, Neville Goddard discusses the importance of self-awareness in shaping your reality. He explains that our assumptions about others create corresponding experiences in the physical world. He explains, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Goddard highlights that the qualities we perceive in others are projections of our own consciousness. By becoming aware of and changing our assumptions, we can influence the behavior of others and the nature of our interactions. There's another lecture called Assumptions Harden into Fact. Now, this lecture is a cornerstone in Neville Goddard's teachings on the law of assumption. Here, he explains how deeply held beliefs and assumptions solidify our external reality. He notes, assumptions, if persisted in, harden into fact. That which you affirm consciously is impressed upon your subconscious mind and is enacted in the world around you. The concept of everyone as you pushed out is evident in this discussion, as Goddard emphasizes that our interactions and relationships are molded by the assumptions we hold about ourselves and others. There are a few other books I'd like to reference. His book, Your Faith is Your Fortune. Neville Goddard elaborates on the idea that our faith and beliefs shape our experiences. He asserts that the world is a mirror reflecting our internal state. Change the state. Don't blame the mirror. He writes, the world, and all within it, is man's conditioned consciousness objectified. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. Now, this book provides a comprehensive exploration on how our internal beliefs are projected outward, reinforcing the principle that everyone we encounter is an extension of our own consciousness. Another book I'd like to highlight is The Power of Awareness. In this book, Goddard delves into the mechanics of how our awareness creates our reality. He discusses how changing our inner dialogue and assumptions can transform our external circumstances. He states, to be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think from your ideas. This book underscores the importance of maintaining positive, constructive, and empowering assumptions about oneself and others. It highlights the interconnectedness between internal beliefs and external experiences. The third book I'd like to reference is Feeling is the Secret. Now, in this book, Neville Goddard explores the role of emotions in shaping our reality. He explains that our feelings about ourselves and others manifest in the physical world. He notes the world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. This book emphasizes the power of feeling and emotion in the process of manifestation, reinforcing the idea that our internal emotional state influences our external reality. I do want to mention that all of these books are available in the public domain, so you can read them for free. Now let's give a few examples of ways that you can use everyone as you pushed out. Let's talk about healing a romantic relationship. Mark is in a relationship with Sarah, but they have been experiencing frequent arguments and misunderstandings. Mark feels that Sarah does not respect him and is often dismissive of his feelings. Now, Mark holds the belief that Sarah is not considerate of his emotions and that their relationship is tumultuous. But Mark begins to change his internal narrative and starts to believe in this idea that Sarah can be loving, respectful, and understanding. He imagines harmonious interactions and mutual respect in their relationship. Now, as Mark maintains these new ideas and assumptions, he starts to see changes in Sarah's behavior. Their arguments become less frequent, and they begin to communicate more openly and lovingly. Mark's revised beliefs are mirrored in their improved relationship dynamics. Another example is Emily. Now, she feels isolated and believes that people generally do not like her. She often has experienced rejection in social situations, which have only reinforced her feelings of loneliness. Emily has always held the belief that she is unlikable and that others do not want to be around her. But she decides to shift her internal assumptions. She starts thinking about this idea that she can be friendly, likable, and assumes that she can enjoy positive interactions with others. She creates fresh and new. She visualizes herself surrounded by so many friends and engaging in enjoyable social activities. Lo and behold, she notices a change in her social interactions. People start to approach her more frequently. She forms new friendships. Her new self-concept as a likable person is absolutely reflected in the way others respond to her. Now, having understood the profound impact of Neville Goddard's concept, everyone is you pushed out, the next step is to explore how to apply this principle in everyday life. I just gave some examples of other people that have applied it, but what about you? Well, first, you can do some self-reflection and awareness, and make this as honest as possible. Otherwise, it just won't work. You need to understand what your current beliefs and assumptions are about yourself and about others in your life. This is crucial. Don't be afraid of this. Observe from a non-emotional standpoint. Write it down. This will not reinforce it. You're just observing so that you can then alter it. Identify limiting beliefs. Notice patterns that take place time and time again in your relationships and interactions with others. Then ask yourself what beliefs and assumptions might be creating these patterns. You can journal. Journaling can be an effective tool for self-reflection. Just jot down thoughts, feelings, and experiences related to different areas of your life. Start to notice negative or limiting beliefs that come up repeatedly, because different areas of your life will recycle the same ideas. Now, you also need to practice mindfulness. And what I mean by this is to become more aware of your thoughts and feelings in the present moment. Mindfulness will help you notice a negative thought pattern that does not serve you, and it will allow you the power to consciously shift it for the better. Now, affirmations can be a powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious mind. Think of it as altering your natural self talk. Now, by directly and mindfully choosing this self talk and these affirmations, and choosing positive ones and empowering ones, you will align your inner state with your desired reality. But you need to craft affirmations that resonate with your desired outcomes. It has to feel natural to you. For example, if you want to improve your relationships, you could say something like, I love that I am worthy of respect and kindness. And I give thanks that I attract positive and supportive people in my life. Now, you should consistently repeat these types of statements, but it cannot feel void of emotion. That's not to say that you have to implement a lot of emotion into it, but just try not to say it mindlessly. Say it with a purpose. It's better to implement quality over quantity. So think in terms of repeating them with purpose, meaning, in a heartfelt way. And it has to be natural to your self talk. Otherwise, it will just feel like something you're trying to convince yourself of that isn't true. Now, the great thing about the subconscious mind is that it picks things up like a sponge. And these ideas will soon become ingrained in your subconscious. You can say them out loud, write them down, visualize them. In fact, I would recommend a little bit of all of these techniques. Now, it also helps to combine affirmations with visualization. And you might say, well, I'm no good at visualizing. But you're actually better at it than you realize. You're visualizing every single time you remember something or you plan ahead for the future. So, in essence, you are visualizing. Just relax, close your eyes, capture the essence of what you want to experience. It doesn't have to be perfect down to every detail. Just flow with it, go with it, and enjoy it. Now, visualization is a cornerstone of Neville Goddard's teachings. He loved to visualize and use the imagination. Because you can easily impress your subconscious mind when you do this. And this will, in fact, work to manifest these experiences into your reality. Now, I would set aside a few minutes every single day to visualize, practice with it, enjoy it. Whatever technique you use, first person, third person, just go with it. The fact that you're doing it at all means something. Try to find a quiet space, close your eyes, just imagine for a few minutes. Try to capture the emotions associated with what you want to experience, as if it's happening right now. A great example is biting into a lemon. When I just said that now, you may have experienced a jolt of, oh my gosh, that's so sour. We can, in fact, imagine things and have a physical reaction. That's sort of like what we're going for. Think about touching a thorn on a rose bush. Ouch. That sort of thing. A tennis ball, you can feel its fuzziness. Try to associate a little bit of that imaginal picturing with something that you want to experience because you've probably been doing a lot of this just for the negative things. So let's use it to your advantage. So you want to construct scenes that represent your desired outcomes. For example, if you wanted a loving relationship with your person, you would visualize a scene where you are both enjoying a loving and peaceful conversation. Now, this is the opposite of imagining arguing with them. You may do this really naturally, so make sure you avoid that as well. Because negative visualizations will, in fact, counteract any positive ones that you are doing. Now, when you do visualize, try to engage your emotions Feel joy, love, satisfaction, contentment. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be high and elated, but just enjoy the contentment of it, because this will more effectively impress the subconscious mind. Now, it's also really important to release negative emotions. Negative emotions like anger, resentment, and fear will in fact block the manifestation process. They act like road barriers. So it is essential to try to release these emotions to create space for positive experiences. Practice forgiveness towards yourself and others. Holding on to grudges or negative feelings keeps you tied to past experiences. Forgiveness liberates you from these emotional burdens. Letting go is also very instrumental. Develop the habit of letting go of negative thoughts voluntarily and any negative emotions as they arise. You can visualize them as dark clouds drifting away, leaving your mind clear and open to positive possibilities. You can also use techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or physical exercise to release pent-up emotions. Regularly engaging in these practices helps maintain emotional balance and well-being. Never suppress negative emotions. They'll only build momentum under the surface. So don't pretend like they're not there. Instead, work through them. Now, cultivating a positive self concept is also instrumental because your self concept, or the way you view yourself, plays a critical role in how others perceive and interact with you. A positive self concept will always attract the experiences and relationships you desire. So make sure to practice self compassion by treating yourself with kindness and understanding. Always acknowledge your strengths and accomplishments, and be gentle with yourself when facing challenges. Engage in activities that nurture your well being. This can include exercise, healthy eating, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones. Taking care of yourself reinforces the belief that you are worthy of care and respect. This will directly influence how others perceive you and respond to you. Visualize yourself as the person you want to be, as your ideal self. You can look at yourself in the mirror and see that version of you staring back at you already. You can choose to see yourself as confident, successful, and surrounded by positive relationships even before it happens. In fact, you have to go out on a limb and imagine it first before it can happen. You need to regularly affirm and visualize a self-image to reinforce it in your subconscious mind. Now, another important thing to do is to practice gratitude. Daily gratitude practices. Each day, take a few moments to reflect on what you are grateful for. Write it down. Write down at least 3 things that you appreciate about your life, relationships, or yourself. This is in contrast to listing all of the things that frustrate you and that you hate. Gratitude is such a powerful practice, and it will shift your focus from lack to abundance. By appreciating what you already have, you open yourself up to receiving more positive experiences. Now, you can also express gratitude to others. Acknowledge and appreciate the positive aspects of your interactions and relationships. This practice will strengthen your connections and will create positive energy. You'll be able to feel the difference. Now, consistency and patience are so important to get results. Manifesting changes in your life through the principle of everyone as you pushed out requires consistency. You can't just do it for one day and give up. You have to have patience too, and this doesn't mean that it'll take forever to see results. But again, You probably won't see it in the next 5 minutes. Remember, it takes time for new beliefs to take root and to manifest in your external reality, and that's okay. You need a consistent practice if you want to see results. So maintain consistency of all of these good things. Your hard work will pay off. Even small daily efforts can lead to significant changes. Be patient with yourself. Trust the process. This always works. It's simple cause and effect. There's no way it cannot work. Change from within, and the entire world around you will have to change. Everyone is you pushed out. It does help to track your progress, even just little things. That way you can see that momentum is being built in the right direction, and you can refer to it as your proof. Make sure to check out Part 1 of Neville Goddard's At Your Command, and look forward to more lectures on New Thought authors such as Neville and other great thinkers that I admire. Thank you for joining me today. Work with me one-on-one, dreamlifebyveronica.com. Now let us go into the silence.